in the room. How you doing?
Hey everyone, this is Andrew from Wrestling IQ 101, and if you like saving huge, then you're going to love going to collarandelbowbrand.com and using the promo code WIQ101. The savings are tremendous, you're going to love it, and I personally guarantee it. And remember, use the promo code WIQ101 every time you purchase something, and you're going to have massive money in your bank account. And make sure you follow and subscribe Wrestling IQ 101 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Peace!
Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings, that's from Andrew and Derek. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise, mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat, take a seat. Watch them do they thing on the MIC. Face defeat, they cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
Hey everybody, this is former WWE superstar Al Snow, and you're listening to Wrestling IQ 101.
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew alongside Derek.
Yep.
And you can follow Wrestling IQ 101 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and make sure you subscribe right there on the bottom. And today we're sitting with Standalone Wrestling, Pro Wrestling After Dark, promoter Chad Menace, man. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, guys? So happy to be with you guys.
Yeah, man, we're happy to have you on, man. Chad, we got to talk about this, man. Congratulations on an awesome standalone weekend. The Boardwalk Beatdown was absolutely fantastic. Great reviews from everybody. Derek and I, we've been to a couple of them, but what a different feel, man. Everybody was so positive. What a great feeling. We left. We still have smiles on our face thinking about it.
Yeah, for me, as of right now, that's probably the highlight of anything I've done in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still very green and very new, and I think to be able to pull that off as young in the game as I am, I think it was a great milestone for myself. More importantly, like you said, the feedback has been phenomenal. People keep on asking about when is year 2, who's coming, and all those other things. And everybody's been super supportive, about the convention. So it was phenomenal for me.
Yeah, not just the convention, but there was a dinner the night before that was absolutely phenomenal. Everybody, Q&A sessions that were just great. There was also a wrestling event later that night on the day of the convention that was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you can't talk about. It was a great show. I mean, just to cap off the weekend, and it's so funny, Chad, because that night you brought everybody together. Standalone Wrestling was not standing alone. You had other companies come in. Unfortunately, you had some terrible fortunes. Some stuff happened to you, right?
Yeah, a lot of bad stuff happened and a lot of great stuff happened.
Okay.
So. But business-wise, it was very mixed. But overall, the outcome was great. Like you said, brought a lot of promotions together that never worked together, and that's going to change a little bit with I'm not working with certain promotions, but as you'll see coming forward, there's going to be more and more promotions that weren't even at the convention that we're going to start building relationships with.
That's
nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it must have took a lot to put that whole event together. I'm pretty sure you didn't sleep at all coming up to the event. But can you just tell us, like what were some of the things you had to do, because you're saying you're pretty new in the game, and to put this whole weekend together, that's amazing just to be able to do that.
Yeah, basically what I had to do is you just start with a blank plate. You just have a blank hole. You're thinking of a whole convention room. and you just have to build that whole thing out to try and make it fun for everybody. From a young child to a grandparent in the world of wrestling. And you have to start picking those pieces apart about what talents are there or available, who you can book, what's your budget, and build the relationships with the venue and all the marketing and the convention probably took up a year of my entire life.
Oh, wow.
And like you brought up the sleep for the past year. It was very small, the sleep. I would be, still marketing 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and, on the road everywhere. You saw, Andrew, you met one of my guys in New York in the subway, hiring. And, we went from Delaware to PA to New York, New Jersey. I went to WrestleCade in North Carolina previous Thanksgiving to even promote this. So it was nonstop and, again, a lot of learning, working with the other promotions and stuff like that. So it was nonstop and booking flights, booking hotels, coordinating a marketing plan, and it just never stopped. The layout of the convention itself, building the ticket site with so many different options, and it just went on and on and on.
Yeah, and one thing when it comes to promoting, like you are like one of the hardest working guys I know when it comes to that. Because I'll literally be going to like an NXT show in the area, a SmackDown show in the area, or something, and I'll see you outside handing out flyers. It's like you work hard, man.
Yeah, when you do something, you just want it to be right. You want it to be successful. Mm-hmm. And running a convention, you already know there's so many conventions in the area already. You have Legends of the Ring, and you have a big event, and Icons in Philly. And these places have been around for years now. Yeah. Legends, over 20 years they've been doing this. And, these guys have that built-in fan base. And I'm starting from scratch. So I'm like fighting for the leftovers. So I had to step up my game in order to draw a crowd. And the turnout for the convention was phenomenal. I had a goal, and we surpassed the goal. So I think that's exciting in its own.
Yeah. How did you book Goldberg and Sting?
With a full bank account.
Yeah.
Like, what are the channels? I mean, you just like called WWE and be like, send us over these guys or something?
Yeah, so I don't even know if you know this. Originally, the convention was supposed to be Goldberg and the Bull Club. That was the whole concept.
Uh-huh.
And the Bull Club was at Ring of Honor, who was going to run Friday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't an option. So I reached out to Goldberg's agent, and it's Uncle Louie from Florida. Him hit it off right away. Great conversations, great talking. It just it felt very comfortable. He had a set price, booked him at the price, and super easy to deal with. I was very scared about dealing with Goldberg, but from the beginning to the end, it was perfect. No complaints at all. And then I knew I needed something else besides Goldberg to draw in Atlantic City, because Atlantic City is a tough market to begin with. Mm-hmm. So you needed that extra pop. So I was thinking, what else would fit? And I thought of Sting, and same thing. I hit up Sting's agent. We made up a deal, and again, his agent was easy to deal with. Sting was super easy to deal with and super cool. And you hear horror stories from other promoters that this guy's hard and this guy's hard, and everybody I think was like just super easy to deal with, because I guess it was a respect thing. Payments were early or on time, and talking to people, I always give them respect, and they see the promotion that is being put forward, and so that's where we added Sting into the mix. And then close to the convention, which is the crazy thing, all of a sudden Ring of Honor pulls that Friday date, and then that's where the Bull Club came into place. So those were the three main pieces to the putt into fill it up.
Yeah, Chad. Next year, if you could pick any wrestler that you would want to headline, a personal favorite, who's your dream person to book?
So if I had to pick right now, I would be looking at like a Hulk Hogan and Mr. T was one of my top picks.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
That's
yeah,
pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say how with this show that you put together, being that it was your first show, your first convention, big convention like that, that you put together, and it was just so big. You come out, you came out blazing. Goldberg, Sting, Bullet Club, and a plethora of other superstars.
Virgil.
Like how do you top that next year? Like what do you do to make a bigger show than the one that you made this year?
Yeah, that's so hard. I think that's one of the problems with the conventions that we're going to see within this next coming year. In this year, we have two legends, we have two icons coming, we have two big events coming. We have a new convention coming to Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. We have a new convention coming in North Carolina. We have WrestleCade. And at some point, there isn't going to be how can you top yourself? So that puts it in a kind of scary situation because, how are we going to keep drawing and keep competing at the same time? So there's definitely going to be, some changes in the marketplace. And, the perfect example for me is the week I wanted to run a following convention now in North Carolina, down in that area, T-Mart is running a convention the week before. So that puts me in a position where the vendors aren't going to pick both. The vendors aren't going to do T-Mart's convention and then do my convention as well. So that's one of the concerns I'm looking at right now, and have put the pieces together with that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the fallout of standalone left you in shambles, but you're going to rebuild, right? You're going to pick more. You had to cancel a show. You're going to start rebuilding soon, right?
Yeah, so that came up about the cancellation, and some people, made an attack on it, and truth be told, I had a show where I had a supposed partner that we were going to do the show together, and that broke off, the night of the convention. And I have to make a decision. Do I want to, because he had people booked that he liked, and I thought of it more as like a buddy system of some of the people who were booked. Okay. And I'm like, do I want to just start from scratch? Do I want to just cancel off the people that he had? Am I ready to pick up on my own and run the show myself? So there was a lot of questions, and I had to make a quick decision. Do I put on a show and not put it on 100% and fail the fans? Do I cancel the show and refund the people and give all the talent an opportunity to rebook? And of course, I picked the latter choice. Everybody's been refunded for the show. Mm-hmm. You almost had over 50% of front row sold out, so it was a nice refund that I gave out, which of course I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. And it's now the talent has had plenty of notice to find other bookings. And now we go on from there. The venue still wants to run the show, so it's an option that we possibly could be back there. I have a bunch of other venues that we have deals with that we could run with, and I'm not talking just Atlantic County anymore. I'm talking West Jersey and Central Jersey and North Jersey, and so there's going to be a couple pop-ups from standalone coming up, and hopefully next week we'll make our first venue announcement.
Yeah. So Chad, what are some of the differences now from the old standalone wrestling going forward, if there are any?
I would say the only difference is I don't have to try and force anything that I would like to do, or just me. I am standing alone. So now, hey, if I were to book XYZ guy, I'm going to do it. There was one talent that I wasn't able to book who was supposed to be on the convention, the night of the show, and simply because he didn't shake a certain person's hand, he wasn't allowed to wrestle on the show. Okay. So I think that's kind of silly because, number one, I don't agree that you have to go around and shake 10,000 people's hands in a show. And, I go to shows, and some people I don't know, and I'm socially awkward to begin with. And, so everybody has a different deal or a different reason. And, I felt, a lot lot of times restricted on who we could book and who we couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an issue that's going to change.
Nice. And
Cool.
as far as it comes to champions, because that night we saw all champions crowned for standalone wrestling. Are we going to have new champions? Are they going to be the same champions? Some champions? What's going to happen with that?
Great question. So I did a thing where all belts are going to be redecided. I kept the women's championship on Penelope because Penelope's Penelope. You saw her all in, and I'm going to use that exposure to my benefit, and exposure, will be to her benefit. And
It's a win for everybody.
Go ahead.
It's a win for everybody, right? So
It works for everybody, and again, me, her, Joey Janela, I think we get along good, and we can do good business, going forward.
Yeah. Now, are you going to have is it going to be kind of like the same way? You're going to do a tournament style, or have you handpicked these are the guys I'm going to put in a match for? Or have you even thought of it?
Yeah. So what I thought is going to be something we could probably talk about in a little bit is something called the trifecta.
Yeah.
And this is the first building of doing good business in the state with other promotions. So part of the trifecta is we're going to have the heavyweight championship declared on another promotion show. So SWF has a big event called Extreme Fallout coming up in November 17th. So we put Joe Gacy, who I think is one of the top guys in the world, to be honest. And busted his ass for standalone all three shows, and everywhere else he goes, from CCW to Innovative Pro, anywhere you see him, he always delivers. Versus Max Stardom. So I don't know if you know Max Stardom, but he's from Florida.
Yeah.
He's been on NXT recently.
Yep.
Another guy who's traveling all over the country and absolutely killing it. And I think there's both two guys that are going to be signed at some point.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
I thought that was a perfect fit.
Well,
Yeah, Chad, can you give us an early prediction on that match at SWF? Who do you think is going to take that?
You want me to give a prediction on my own match?
I mean, we always, when we do a card preview, we always ask, Rob and Bill who they think are going to win.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a double DQ.
Double DQ.
Double DQ. That sounds about right.
Well, you have to go to SWF to see if that's the case, and that is November 17th.
Yeah, and you talk about SWF. So what's the relationship that you and Rob Fury have with each other? I see you doing a lot of SWF promoting and things like that, and he promotes for you as well. What's the relationship you guys have?
Yeah, so I used to, after I left WrestlePro, I went right away to SWF. And at that point, I was still, bitter with the breakup with WrestlePro, and we were on the attack, and we're going to kill WrestlePro, and blah, blah, blah. And of course, that was super unrealistic and childish. And, so we worked together for a few shows. And that's when I decided, let's just do something on my own. And that's when I did my first Atlantic City show, the Roll the Dice one with Alberto Del Rio and Pentagon. Mm-hmm. And that's when I knew, after running that show, because that was like a feeler for me. I ran it under the SWF brand, which Rob was cool about doing. And that was my feeler. I'm like, is this business for me? Do I really like it? Am I going to enjoy it? And once I did that show, and I saw, the show drew a little bit over 200 people or something like that, which, for a market that's tough, like things we're taking on, like Vineland and stuff like that, it was so cool to see that. And I'm like, the hard that I put in, this was the payoff. And so that's where we developed that relationship. And the thing that was cool with Rob is, he's like me. He's hitting the streets. He'll put the posters up. He'll put the flyers up. We'll hand out cards. We'll go to festivals. Online, he's just like me. We crush it. You're going to see every day SWF. You're going to see every day Standalone. You're going to see every day Pro Wrestling After Dark. And, so just that aspect right there, like, this is, we need to, work together and link together and build up.
Yeah. You just mentioned Pro Wrestling After Dark, Chad. What's the concept behind that? And what are some of the matches?
Yeah, so Pro Wrestling After Dark, that's actually a partnership between myself and Rob. And, we just want to push a totally different type of show than the normal show that you would go see in Vineland and Millville with, just your plain old regular guys in underwear fighting each other and wrestling. And, that's everywhere. So we're like, you know what, let's do something different. We found a venue, Grand Plaza. It's an adult play. It's a nightclub. It's 21 and above by law and by policy in their venue. So we were like, you know what? Let's push this a little forward. It's going to remind me a little bit of some old school ECW, a little bit of a twist of some current GCW stuff. Very female friendly, for the male fans who love the divas. Very sexual. We have are you allowed to say vulgar things on this show?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We have a gimmick called Captain Cock, who's going to be a big giant penis that is actually going to wrestle in the show. A guy called Rat Bastard. So you kind of think of the show as a little bit of a hardcore show, a little bit of strong style, and a little bit of kaiju big battle. So I don't know if you know them, but that's the whole show is the premise of wrestlers wrestling in costumes. So we have a big mix right there. And one of the big things we're going to do is the mixed tag, which one male, one female versus one male, one female. And as of now, that's going to be our only championship. We're just going to do a mixed tag championship, for a while. I don't know if we're going to have a heavyweight and all that kind of stuff, but we want to make our mixed tag division super big. So, Joey Janela, who might not be able to make the show, and we have a second person if that's going to happen, and Penelope Ford are scheduled to take on John Cruz and Christina Marie. So, that's going to be the kickoff for our mixed tag division, and I think that's pretty big. Yeah,
definitely. Now, Pro Wrestling After Dark, is that like its own promotion? Is that just an event? Like explain to us, actually what Pro Wrestling After Dark is going forward.
Yeah, so the Pro Wrestling After Dark definitely is a separate company. Standalone wrestling and Pro Wrestling After Dark can't partner together, because if I go to a venue and it's attacked Pro Wrestling After Dark, like let's say I go to a church, we want to run standalone wrestling in a church, and they see, you run this show, Pro Wrestling After Dark, giant penis, they're going to be like, okay, we don't want you. They're literally two totally different companies, and what's kind of cool is that's where we came up with that trifecta. The trifecta is three. So we have standalone wrestling, the Pro Wrestling After Dark, and we have SWF, who's part of the beginning of the trifecta.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah. Now you're also going to be running some tryouts. Can you tell people how they can get involved and when are the tryouts?
Yeah, so we have we're calling it a tryout camp. So it's like you're trying out for the show, for the promotions, but it's also a camp where you're going to learn the entire day, and it's an 8-hour camp. Ooh. So it's very worth your money. Last year we did this and it was $50. This year we're doing it for $35, and we want a bigger turnout. We want this to be really epic. And we have almost 10 promotions that are involved now, and we have a couple more that we're going to announce. And we're going to do everything from, you're going to come in and you're going to take some drills. You're going to learn how to do some rolls and some simple stuff. And then we're going to break down into two categories. Are you just trying this out to see if this business is for you? Mm-hmm. And then are you already in this business and you're trying to take it to the next level? So we'll break out into those two groups, and we'll talk to people about the business, and the people who are more advanced will go through to the point where we'll actually have matches at the end. We'll match people up based on skill set. Nice. And you can reach out to me at standalonewrestling@gmail.com for that. I think we have 12 spots left at this point. So, beginning of October, I expect that to be filled.
Nice, definitely. Now, who are some of the guys that are going to be helping when it comes to training and stuff like that?
So we have representing Pro Wrestling After Dark is going to be John Cruz, who's actually a trainer at Team 3D in Florida. Right. A guy who's traveled all over the world. For modern vintage wrestling, we're going to have Abyss, who's just in the Hall of Fame. Also, I don't think it gets any bigger than that. Abyss will be one of your scouts. A huge guy at Impact, and a huge guy all over the world. He's going to be giving you feedback and telling you how to break into the business. For BWF, we have TJ Marconi. For WF, we have Steve Mack and Chris Banks. And for standalone wrestling, we have Sean Donovan, who's very involved in the Wrestle Pro School. And then the other promotions, they're gonna just have the actual promoter come and sit down and just evaluate people, and then look at bookings based on that.
Nice. It just seems like everything you do it big, man.
Appreciate that.
Chad, what do you personally look for in a wrestler, or what's some of the qualifications that you have?
For me, I'm so into now that the fans get so excited based on entrance, music, and a gimmick. So that's the first things that pop me, or those types of things. If I see somebody come out and the music excites the fans, and something about the gimmick just makes people go crazy. Something happened at SWF last week that was totally unexpected. There's this kid called Dalton. And he's very green, and he's very new, and he's trying to learn, and he's working very hard. And he came out on an SWF show, and he had one of the loudest pops of the night. And we all looked at each other, because the gimmick is I think it's just weird. He comes out to a stupid song, and he jumps up on the turnbuckle and lays himself down and puts his hand up against his head, like resting there, and the crowd went berserk for some reason. And, that's one of the first things I look at. And you see that with NXT, too. Anybody in NXT now, they have a cool entrance, and the entrance gets them over before they even get to perform in the ring. So if you find those guys where their entrance is great, and then in ring they're great, that's money for everybody right there.
Yeah, definitely. Now, and all the time knowing you, I don't think I've ever asked you this. We're talking about pro wrestling tryouts and, people trying to get into the business. How did you actually get into the business? Like, did you start off as a fan and you just worked your way in? How did that happen?
Yeah, basically that's exactly how it happened. I stopped watching wrestling. My son started watching wrestling. I started bringing him around to the shows. And I started, starting to vend at the conventions, and then that's when I linked up with Kevin Matthews from Wrestle Pro, and we started doing business there, and it just grew. Went from vending to booking matches to that's when I went to SWF and got more involved, and it just grew super fast.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, who were some of your favorite talents that you brought in, got to hang out with?
So my first booking at Wrestle Pro was Ric Flair and Cody Rhodes.
Damn.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, like you said before, anything you guys seem to do, it seems to be kind of big. And number one, starting off at Wrestle Pro in the business is huge, because they've been the leader in the state for between PWS and Wrestle Pro for a couple of years now.
Sure.
And to bring in Ric Flair and Cody Rhodes up for a show, I think that's like the top thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you don't get any bigger than Cody and Ric Flair right now. Those guys. Yeah. Cody's paving his own legacy, and Ric Flair is living off a legacy.
Yeah, sure. Now, when you first came in, was kind of marketing something that you wanted to do? Because that seems to be something like you're really great at when it comes to just generating followers, generating buzz, and just turning fans into dollars, basically, for companies.
Yeah, it's the same way with my own business. My business, the clients don't come to me. It's not like just all of a sudden, I developed a busy company. The same thing I do in wrestling is the same thing I did in my own company. Now, my company we do new construction cleaning. We go in and we clean houses and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And once Hurricane Sandy happened, all these builders came in all over the place from all over the country, and that's what I did. I went after every single one. I would drive around on the streets, find their signs on the road, call them, email them, text them, harass them. The same way I harass people to buy tickets, I was harassing to build clients. Go to meetings and post online, and it's just the same philosophy, but just in a very, very different business. Probably wrestling is probably one of the hardest businesses there is, and so whatever I developed with my own business, I try and push it that much harder, in the wrestling world.
Nice.
Yeah, Chad, it's incredible what you've been able to do. What are some of those goals that you want to for yourself that you want to start knocking off?
With the trifecta, I would like to do a set of shows in the same exact weekend for all three promotions in the same exact venue.
Oh, wow.
That's one of my first goals. A second goal is develop a bigger, whether it's East Coast or New Jersey, New York, entire show, just multi-promotions, champions versus champions and, like Survivor Series type matches between promotions and,
That'd be nice.
Something like that. And, another thing is to continue to give back. We're going to announce, a softball game at the end of November for a charity with wrestlers and stuff like that. Every event that I'm attached to, there's always some give back. Pro Wrestling After Dark, we're going to announce tonight or tomorrow. We're going to give back to virtual hospitals. And basically, we're going to do a toy drive at the Pro Wrestling After Dark shows. Just the kids who are in the hospital, they get toys and stuff like that. And, we want them to be, the benefit of that show.
Yeah.
So giving back is a huge goal.
Make sure you make that clear. Go at Wrestling After Dark. No sex toys, actual toys.
No sex toys. Yeah, they all go home with me.
That's one thing I really like because you did that tribute to Lucas as well, right? I mean, it's just incredible, man. The things that you've been able to do. I think that's really what makes you kind of different from a lot of promoters. Is that, like you just said, giving back and you find these different ways. I mean, you put together a dinner event. I mean, nobody does that. Like, how are you thinking about these concepts? Are you just thinking wrestling or things outside of wrestling that could be fun?
Yeah, it's a combination of both. Like the dinner, I actually went to the dinner at New England Fan Fest, which Joe runs that up north, and Providence, Rhode Island, I believe, is the city. And I did that, and I fell in love with it right away. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool! Just sitting down and chilling, and the dinner didn't go exactly how I wanted it to go, which was one of my over the weekend, and I'm glad you guys thought it was great. So that's cool, but it didn't go exactly how I wanted it to go. And if it's done again, be able to tweak it, each time. And, with each show, you just try and improve, whether it's the wrestling show or the convention or the dinner, you're always learning, especially me. I'm still so new to this. But one of the cool things was, one of my friends who runs Legends of the Ring, he's like, man, Chad, you've been doing this for 20 years like we have. That's how good it was. And
Sure.
to hear something like that, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean that day was absolutely fantastic. I mean, if you're a new fan to standalone wrestling, and whenever the date gets revealed for the next one, it's a must. You must mark that
Definitely
on your
be a part of
calendar.
it, yeah.
I mean, even if you just go for the convention or there's a show that day, whatever it is, you have to be there. It's a wonderful life experience. I mean, we had such a blast. I mean, the legends were there. The dinner, the whole weekend was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. It literally felt like it was like a WrestleMania weekend event where it was just like, it was just everything. It was everything you could want as a wrestling fan, and you guys can't miss the next one for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Chad, I don't know if you remember the first time you ever talked to us. I remember you were working with WrestlePro, and you messaged us, and this is when we first started out. We're like maybe 10 episodes in, and we're just trying to get our way into the door and just make friends with anybody. And you actually reached out to us, and you wanted to work with us, and you were telling us about helping us with promotion. You wanted to get us involved with WrestlePro, help us out. Like, I don't even know if you remember that and why you reached out to us, but what was it? Was there something that you saw in us at that time?
Yeah, I listen. Okay, I don't like to listen to too many podcasts, but every once in a while I'll listen, and trying to see what people are doing. And, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was listening to you guys, and, whether I saw something online or, something just clicked about you guys. And when I messaged you, I think we just, everything went smooth. And then for meeting you guys and talking to you guys, and Andrew asked me to interview a lot of times, and I'm still getting over it, but I'm I still think I'm so socially awkward, doing interviews and stuff like that. And he'll be like, "Hey, how about we do an interview?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, not right now."
Yeah.
Every once in a while we do them, and I think there's a mutual respect, and I love to see people grow together. Look, WrestlePro was starting out from PWS, so it's WrestlePro's benefit to develop relationships to where they can build up. And whether at that time you had 1 follower, you had 100 followers, you had 2,000 followers, you now have an opportunity to grow as well. Yeah. So I believe in growing together. Same thing. Same thing. We're working with the other wrestling promotions. There's wrestling promotions that we're working with that draw 20 people, 30 people. I really don't care how many people they draw, what their reach is. Let's do good business. If you get 10 more people in the seats, your talent is getting paid. We're building a relationship, and again, it's developing good business, and that's the same thing I always will want to do with you guys.
Yeah, Chad. From the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate everything you've done for us. I mean, you let us talk to Renee Michelle, Ricardo Rodriguez, so many people.
What about that guy? Some bum named Virgil. What about that guy?
Virgil. Yeah, Virgil. I mean, Teddy Hart. I mean, you really have given us so much, Chad, and we really do appreciate that. And then I know Derek does too. I mean,
I do. Yeah, definitely. Next time you talk to Andrew without me to book somebody, make sure he talks to me first. All right, don't let him just go booking his favorite people who eat at Olive Garden. I'm not saying no names. All right.
I think the smell's split in business partners.
One thing's for sure, we're never splitting. No matter how much we argue, we're not going nowhere.
Virgil's the greatest of all time. I mean, how could you not want to talk to Virgil? So, but yeah, I mean, seriously, Chad, I mean, you really have done so much for us, and I hate that you're getting some of this negative feedback, because it's not really true. I mean, you've done so much, and I'm grateful for what you've done for us, for sure. Yeah.
Wrestling is a business where there's always going to be people who don't like other people.
Mm-hmm.
After the convention, I've been super outspoken, so I'm setting myself up for the attacks. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it's okay. I sleep well. I feel good. I know I do people well, but I'm killing myself to do good for other people. So especially when it's coming from. It's not coming from all over. It's coming from a certain clique. So that makes it even that much less worrisome that it's not overall with the industry.
Yeah.
So nothing to worry about there.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I mean, truly, you've been one of the most supportive people that we've known, and we like to do that for you when we can, to be there for you. You have an event, the big event in 11/10. You're bringing in a couple people, right?
I have Miranda Elise from the Cruiserweight Classic first show. Not the Cruiserweight Classic. I apologize. The Mae Young Classic. Classic. And Teddy Hart as well.
Nice. Yes, so not bad. Yeah, so if you're in the area, that's in Queens, New York, you're going to be able to meet Teddy Hart and Miranda Elise from the Mae Young Classic. Chad, what other events do you have coming up that you'd like to tell people about?
That's probably it. We went over Vineland, New Jersey, Pro Wrestling After Dark, November 9th. Mm-hmm. SWF, November 17th. I'm heavily involved with that. DeMarcus Kane, the rep, and I didn't even announce it yet, but Mike Dell are going to make their debuts at SWF under standalone.
Nice.
We didn't even talk about this. The trifecta title is going to be declared at SWF.
Wow.
What the trifecta title is 3 promotions in the trifecta. The belt will be defended on all 3 shows. Plus, we're going to defend it on other promotions shows as well. So you can see the trifecta title at Warriors of Wrestling. You can see the trifecta title at Battle Club Pro, for example, or Wrestle Pro, or anywhere else in the world. It might go down to WrestleCade for their show, and so we just want to travel the world and again give exposure to every single promotion, whether they have 1 fan or they have 20,000 fans.
Nice, man. Doing it big again, man. You see that? You come up with these innovative ideas that no one else is thinking of.
Yeah, and you know what? The trifecta just was basically started as a joke between me and Rob, and that's how Pro Wrestling After Dark started too. We just started joking around, and we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's pull the trigger. We're doing it. Yeah. And that was the same thing with the trifecta title. It just started out as a joke, and we're like, man, this might actually be a good idea, and it definitely is. It's an amazing idea.
Yeah, definitely.
So hopefully something else will fall in my lap as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. Chad, you're always a busy dude, man. Promoting and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe something else will fall in.
If you want to create the podcast title and just give it to us, we'll take that too.
There we go.
So, Chad, for people who want to stay in touch with you or stay in touch with Standalone Wrestling, how can they do that and purchase tickets for future events?
So standalonewrestling.com is the website. It's going to be refreshed within the next week or 2 to have all 3 promotions on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
There actually is going to be a website called bethetrifecta.com, which will bring it to the same website for all 3 promotions, and will follow the trifecta title. Facebook Chad Minnis, full-on friend, but if you send me a message, I could possibly erase somebody. Standalone Wrestling at Facebook, Twitter, Pro Wrestling at Dark, same thing, Facebook, Twitter, and that's pretty much it of those.
Nice, awesome, man. Once again, Chad, we definitely thank you for your time. We thank you for coming on. We thank you for everything you've done for us, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything from you guys as well, and there's gonna be many more. I hope you guys come out to some of the next shows, and we'll always set stuff up for you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it, Chad.
And as for us, we're Wrestling IQ 101. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Wrestling IQ 101. Check us out on the B Plus Player Network. Like, subscribe, retweet, all that good stuff. And we're out. You have just listened to the Wrestling IQ 101 podcast, powered by B Plus Player Radio.